Today we are making more charms inspired by the 10-day wire charm bracelet making challenge. You are going to need 20 gauge wire, a variety of beads, and your tools. First we're going to make the hand. So we're going to take 5 to 6 inches of 20 gauge wire and curve it around and then start forming one of the fingers. This will be the thumb. We're going to bring the wire up to form the forefinger and then bring the wire up again. We're using our round nose pliers for this. I'll link up my tools in the description. Now curve it up and then we're going to adjust it to make sure we know the right position to bend it and bring the baby finger wire down and then bend it up at the same level as the fingers. You'll see the sort of straight across line to line them up, and then bring the wire down to form the ring finger. Make any little adjustments you need, and then we're going to just see that it's all lined up and get our round pliers again and bend the wire straight up. This takes a little bit of practice to get it the right size. I will link up all the templates in the description of the video. They'll be available in the next few days. So we're going to bring the wires around and up. So now we have to bring the other side across to finish the middle finger. Just have a look and then hold that wire and help it around with our round pliers. This just prevents it from getting distorted when we twist it around. So now give the end a little clip, pinch it in, hide that pokey end. I'm going to put a little seed bead on there, cut this to about 3/8 to 1/2 inch, take our round pliers, bend it back and around to plant that little end right in the top of the seed bead. Make any little adjustments you need with the flat pliers. Make sure they're all lined up, and there's your hand charm. For the flower, again with the 20 gauge wire, about 4 to 5 inches. It really depends on how big you want to make your charms. These can also be earrings, of course, or you can make them larger for pendants. So now we're going to bring the wires around to form the petals. So just out and in and out and in. I'm going to do 5 petals all together. So use the tip of the pliers to do the middle bend and then the larger part of the pliers to do the outer part of the petal. And we want the ends to finish in the middle, so just bring that other end in so both of them are towards the middle. So now take your pliers again and bend one of the wires straight up into a right angle. Give it a little push so it's sharp. And then take your round pliers and form the curve to help the end around. Clip it flush. Pinch down that pokey end. And then get your round pliers, bend it at the radius of the bead. Stick on our bead. I'm using a 4mm miracle beads. I'll link up all my materials in the description below. These are my favorite beads. And then bend the wire down and just loop it around one of the petals to hold it in place. Cut it flush. Remove the end and pinch that end in. You'll see I always cut my wires a little too long to be sure. Do your little adjustments, and there is our flower charm. Mushroom's super cute. I'm using 3 4mm miracle beads. So just put your beads on the wire. I buy my miracle beads on Etsy. I'll link them up in the description. And then we just want to bend the wire around and it forms a little triangle of your beads. So hold them firmly in your thumb and finger and then bend the wires to either side. So now bend the wire up, curving it around the bead. on one side, and then bend the other wire straight down, and that's going to form the stem. So now we're going to bend the wire up at the bottom of the stem and out. And on the other side, we just kind of did a little bend to form the mushroom cap. And that side, we're going to curve it around and up the same way and around. So we're just surrounding those beads. And if you want the little corners to be more sharp, get your tweezer nose pliers and just pinch it so those little ends are sharper. So just give it a little bit of a pinch and pull, and then that sharpens those edges. And then bend one of the wires straight up, hold it firmly, and pull the other wire around. Clip it flush. Pinch the end down with your flat pliers so we don't have any pokey ends. And then clip it to 3/8 to 1/2 inch. Get your round pliers, hold the end, bring it out and around to hide that little end and center the loop. Flat pliers again to adjust it, and there's your mushroom charm. So for the high heel shoe, I'm going to start with a 4mm bead on the 20 gauge wire. A couple inches from the end, just hold it and wind it with the wire. We want to surround that bead with the wire. That's going to form the sort of back part of the shoe, and then we're going to curve it down for the heel. Just curve it down with your thumb. Hold it with the tweezer nose pliers. Give it a little push to make a nice sharp bend, and then bring the wire down and curve it with your thumb. Just making the little shape of the shoe. You can pinch in the heel if you want it more narrow. And then take the flat pliers, push out that wire along the bottom, hold the end, and make a nice sharp bend at the toe. Rotate it a bit and do the shape of the upper part of the shoe with your tweezer nose pliers, and bring the wire right up. So we're going to curve the wire around, hold it firmly and twist the end, clip it flush, and then bend the wire out. Get your round pliers, form the loop at the top, make sure it's centered, hold them, and then just twist the end around. This way it's a little more secure because you have a full twist around, and then pinch in that pokey end. And there's your high heel shoe. So the yoga guy is super cute, very simple. We're just going to form the legs first. So bend it in the center and bring it down where the knee is. Get your round pliers, bend it out and around to form the foot. We need our very small round nose pliers to do these fine details. So keep going to finish off the legs. Bring it around. Do the other foot. Curve it around and out. So now we want to bring it up at the knees. So just bend it a little bit to the side of where your other bend is. And then we want to bring the wire straight up. So we'll go to the other side, bend it at the knee, and then we're going to bring them both straight up. Now for this design, I used a bead with a larger hole, so they're very small crow beads. They're larger than seed beads. The hole is bigger, so that way we can fit both wires on. And then we're going to take one of the wires and bend it out and form the head. I'm using larger round nose pliers for this to get a nice size for the head, and then the smaller pliers to bring the wire out again to form one of the arms. And then we're going to take the other wire and wind it around to catch that little bend under the head. So now we're going to just use my thumb to kind of guide it out. So we have the arms sticking out and bend them straight down. So from there, get our round nose pliers, bend it out at the elbows, and bring the wire around to form the hand. So we'll do the same on the other side, bend it out at the elbow, and then just a simple curve on the hand. Very simple. So clip those ends flush for the hands. Again, I've cut my wire quite long. Always better too long than too short. Really depends on the size of your charm, and then pinch in those pokey ends. Adjust it as you need, and there's your little yoga guy. So I'll link up the tutorial for the charm bracelet in the description below, and you can make your own jump rings with 18 gauge wire. I'm just using some scraps of wire that I had, and we're going to clip the ends flush, and then we'll just open them up and put on our charms, and there's our finished bracelet. So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your wire art and jewelry, be sure to join the Wire Makers Club on Facebook. And if you'd like to check out my work on Etsy, my husband and I specialize in custom wedding cake toppers and funky jewelry. I also have a mailing list, so if you'd like to sign up below, I'll send you my Wire Art Essentials ebook. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time.